all this stuff. Let's just leave it. Shut this down. No, 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 no. All right. I'm live. Let's see what I've got going on here. Need a little bit of house cleaning. It's the beauty of this system if I keep it up. Go back in there. Okay. Oh, nope. Hi, Gail. Hi, Joycey. God, it's good to see humans. Let me get myself organized here. And I think we need these right now. Good scraps. All right. These are my women. I went over these the other day, but we'll see if I need to. How many of y'all saw them the other day? I got to get them back in order because I didn't do a pretty good job the other day putting them back. Okay, so there's one, two, and you know that your computer filing system on this stuff isn't any good when you go back to it the next day and can't tell where you've been or what you did. Files get voluminous. Photoshops with 30 or 40 layers. Okay, so there's the 9. And then here's the next 9. 1, 2. I think that's this one, but I'm not sure. Those are together. I think this is also that one. I don't know which one that is. It's not that one. It's that one. I had a run on that one. I'll tell you exactly what happened. I was playing board. I think those three go together. There you go. It warmed up here a little bit. And as it is 3 o'clock, 3:30, I hesitate to turn the air on because it's overcast and it's fairly cool in here. Our house is brick and bounded on the north side by another duplex, and they get the west sun and we don't. So it's really nice in here right now. So I got my fans on. Okay, that's my masters. Kemosabe hasn't found my Aco flip things yet. or the 2-hole punch. And I don't think I've got it in here. I got my new Cricut Maker yesterday. I'm tickled with it. I had the first Explorer that I kept wanting to do things it didn't want to do, so I didn't use it. Yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it? To remind you of me, yeah, on my phone. I hate having to log in every time I pick up my phone. But anytime you have Apple Pay active on it, you have to log in every time. So you take advantage of one feature and you have to do away with another. Yeah. Hush, hush. Hush, little children. One of you mods, if you will, check those links I put in up at the top. Make sure they take you to the overall description page on these printables. Please. And let's see what else. Housekeeping. Yes, Gail, I will. I'm sure that I'll like it. I love the Explorer. The only problem I had was, and it may not be an improvement on this one, I had problems deciding what mat to put what material on. You know, I'm kind of anal that way. I wish I wasn't, but I am. And it didn't come, I don't think it came with as many tools. I definitely want the scoring tool because that will make beautiful accordion things for making books. And I'm sure that I'll come up with some other can't live without features of it. It fits nicely up on my new shelf, or new drawers, the big drawers over there. Fits up on top of it, and you can, this time you can prop your iPad in it and don't have to juggle it somewhere else. Okay, cool. Thank you. I bought this one on HSN special a week ago, Monday, I think, and they had it on sale for $3.29, of course, plus shipping and tax. And that included 3 packs of pens, different colors, and a lot of mats that don't come with the original one. I think you can buy it all day long at $3.99. But anyway, it was a pretty good deal, so I got it. And thank God I did. They were running a pre-order on, let's just say the sale was on Monday, pre-order on Sunday. And I went ahead and placed my order, knowing that I could cancel it if I wanted to. I had thought better of it Monday. And it was a good thing because by Monday, the color that I wanted was sold out. And I think not an hour or two after that, they were sold out of all of them. So those folks have got it going. This is a live presentation. So if you come in and listen to the replay, you can fast forward through the little waiting room area that we're in right now. I am taking, hi Deborah. Gail, you can do that from My gosh, how long ago did the Explorer come out? 5 years? I could do it then. You can import your own art. Deborah, did we get your confirm thing settled? I didn't know where you got it. It's everywhere, so I hope we did. I don't do too much mailing. I need to. I need to add something else on my list is what I need to do. Light's pretty good. My cord's not showing. Okay, we're good there. You know, I'm used to having somebody else talk and interrupt me so that I can think about what I'm going to interrupt them with, and when it's just me. Oh, I know what I was going to say. I wish I could find it, and it's here somewhere. But one of the last upgrades and one of the last things I did on my Explorer was to use their scan and cut feature, and it worked beautifully. I did a paper doll, you know, with the legs that move and the arms that move, and it worked beautifully. So I'm anxious to try that sort of thing too on stuff. Any other questions? Let's see, what else, Gail? There is an awful lot of stuff on there for free. I don't do the subscription thing because it's a lot of things that I would never make, like vinyl lettering on cups or three-dimensional elephants or you know, banners and party stuff. My uses will be more to help in my other art, I think. $39. Let's wait just a few more minutes. I am studying real hard my Photoshop classes, and image. I did that yesterday. And of course, it's not. I'm in Photoshop Mix. Well, thank you very much. You show Google Photos as an option, but not iPad Photos. Not surprised. Okay, sign in. Touch, touch, touch. My fingerprint must change all the time. Oh man, I don't remember. Ain't that special? I keep all my passwords. Don't tell anybody on notes. And Gmail. Okay, so what do you want? Wrong one. There we go. Let's try this one. I'm here, guys. I'm just trying to figure something out. I slept late again. Yay! Oh, screw. Okay, they haven't decided if they're going to let this app actually use. See if I can figure out another way. Redirect me. More than one way to skin a cat. Don't leave me, Lucille. I don't want to sign in with Google. Okay, done. All right. Won't be using that app today. All right. Go back to where I was visiting with you lovely ladies. Thank you, Deborah. I think I told everybody on Tuesday that I've been watching the Tim Holtz on Saturday mornings when I can catch it, and they are so informative. And he's specialing on things that, you know, been around for 10 years, like a product line, and not promoting. This is just Tim. This isn't Ranger, so he's not promoting the latest and greatest product that none of us have. And I have really, really enjoyed it. So, yeah. Remember back a year or two ago when everybody was getting new watercolor palettes. It didn't matter if it was Prang or Crayola, new Crayola palette. Let's check the colors. And I was doing it too. I was buying watercolors that I did not need. But, you know, sometimes it's just kind of fun entertainment. I know what I was going to do. I'm going to put a coat of clear gesso on these. Because I'm going to use charcoal and Saus, which is the Russian form of charcoal. I was looking at this yesterday thinking, okay, what am I going to do for fun? It has to be something that I get excited about. And I am having a ball putting faces in this book and using printables and my Dina Wakley book and getting tons of practice on faces. And practice makes perfect. These have been super grunged. And I don't know why you're coming up. There's been so much stuff put on top. All right. And we'll let that dry. Okie dokie. Now, let's go to this group of printables. They're $7. And these are amalgamation, like 90% of artwork I've done. Alcohol ink backgrounds, the little poppers that I did for my collages, some of the stamps This is a painting of the girl I did in Kara Bullock's class. She was charcoal. So anyway, this is part of a class I'm taking on Photoshop Grunge, where you make a collage, but you do it in the computer. Don't ask me why. I need more tricks, but I do. So these are $7, and there are 9 of these, I believe, 8 or 9. You can have access to them anytime you want. So it's on Teachable now. I've got to move some of mine from Squarespace, my website, because they won't let me put big files up, and they also won't let me give you lifetime access. So every time you want to reprint them, I got to go in there and give you another code, and that's just not feasible. It's also not feasible to have them over on another website, but that's sometimes the way it goes. So with Teachable, most everybody has a Teachable account now. This is a direct photo of a mixed media piece I did when I was doing design work for Canvas Corp, the Tattered Angels folks. And the original has a 3-dimensional, this is a leaf that looks like it's been skeletonized, or this is it. Or maybe I used 2, who knows. And then I painted the girl. There's some music notes I did in a silk screen. And there's 3 or 4 layers on here. And these are deliberately pale so that you can use them for backgrounds. This one I really, really like. This is a statue of Diana I painted, probably 10 years ago. And then again, I added a background. I added pieces of backgrounds. Here's another one of the poppers. And just stuff to give it, here's some Oriental writing. To give it, and I'll show you in a minute. Don't get ahead of yourself. This one is a painting I did of lilies, and all the stems and stuff are missing. And then a background that was in one of my journals is that. And then this piece right here and this piece right here are the same piece, but it's behind everything. Yeah, cool. And you saw Princess. This is a painting I did on a jelly plate with pan pastels. And then I put white paint on her and pulled some prints. I got 4 or 5 prints. And this is a jewel I did in my doodle journal on a prints page. So I just popped that sucker right out of that picture and put it in. And it's got a background that's got a pinky look to it. So, and this is a yellowish look until it gets in there and gets treated. This is a little painting I did on a watercolor background. I just sometimes take colors and splash them on a sheet and see what they do, and then leave them, then come back and see what I can paint on them. And it's this indigenous woman and her child. I don't know the correct terminology, but anyway, probably Southwest Indian. This is from a photo of a stained glass window. And I've got some, this is from my little mini journal. I know exactly where that is. Aren't y'all proud of me? I'm doing so good, getting organized. That's why I haven't been in here to finish the studios, because I've been doing all this stuff. Here. See? You can see the leaves and stuff down there. But after they've been grunged, I just think it's cool. Of course I would. I did it. This is a painting of an Italian girl. It's a large one. It's 18 by 24, I think. Soft pastel. And just a little piece of paper of the Mark Twain quote. Another one of my poppers. And some tickets from another collage. The background is from another collage. And this is from a stamp. I've got a page of stamps I'm making that have women that I've painted on them. I can only do a couple at a time and I get bored. And there's a filter on top of her too to make this hot pink and yellow going on. And last but not least, I think this one's cool. This is a vintage photograph from the 20s. And a little bit of writing here from somewhere and lots of background stuff going on. I just think that's just cool. And because it's a little bit faded, it makes it easy to A, tear them up and make another collage completely, put the pieces together to suit you, or B, put the whole page down and work on top of it. So speaking of working on top of, I'm not working on top, I did pieces. This is what I did Tuesday. I think most of y'all were here. These are Robyn's printables. Here's a file. Yeah. Need those ACO fasteners. ACO, however you pronounce them. Here's the door. This sheet, as I move it back where you can't see it, this sheet was used to make this page. And I tore parts of it out. So here's the stamp, and this is a piece of washi paper put on here, a stamp using Distress Oxide, and pieces of writing. And so you can see a little piece from an old book that's got tea stain. You can see how easy it is to take a printable and break it up into pieces that you want to use. So now this one, and every one of the four of us on Robyn's team is doing a different thing with her printables. Rachel is taking hers and printing them as black and whites and coming back in and colorizing them whatever she wants them to be. But anyway, here of course is the door. And I got the circle going on up here. Another popper. Another, oh yeah, that's that piece that magically appeared under this stripe. Some more washi. So it's a totally different look than what Robyn has. Okay. So that's it. Now, if I were to put this down and glue it down, my anal brain would say it's sacrilege to work on top of hers because hers is perfect. So tearing the pieces up for me was a solution. So that's the way you work with them. Okay, now this is the other group. And I think these are really cool. $7, and there are 9 originals and 9 bonus pieces because I wanted to show you guys how you can take this printable as a digital file, run it through a filter on your phone, and make something completely different. So I just went ahead and included all those for you. These are sari pieces that I bought and photographed and put the photos together to make this composition. And then I started playing with filters. Again, you could take this and just overall color it. You could leave it the way it is, put your stuff on top. You could glue this completely down and add color. And this one is a faint color. For the life of me, I don't remember which filter I did. Because sometimes you try them and you remove it and you try another one, you put another one on top of it. So it's just a play thing. Okay, here's the second composition. And here's kind of an embossed view. It's all to get your creative juices flowing. And that one's a dark. It's had something done to it. And here's the third comp. Isn't that pretty? And then the emboss version and that same funky halftone version. Now, here we go into the more filter work. This is a filter from this. Y'all can't see. There. I put my camera down so you can see me working a little better and shot myself in the foot. Okay. Open up this file, run it through some kind of a filter on my iPhone, and then modify the colors, modify the opacity, and you can tell because this stripe right here is here, and that's there. This is really a pretty piece. I like it a lot. And then here's another filter. Same piece. You could see the dots. And you could take this and print it on your printer and fade it almost out to nothing, and all those circles would, or just use it like it is. And here's another one from the same piece. I think you cannot identify anything in it, but I love even these corners. Here's a swirly. Here's an embossed circles. Again, the same piece. Here's this and here's that. Only way I could identify. Okay, now this is the pinky one. This is really cool. Isn't that neat? And look here. Those circles didn't appear in the original. And this one is this one. And again, mainly the way you can tell is the turquoise around something and then the pinks from the original. I love the colors. And I would love to see what y'all were able to do with them. Maybe this other one. In fact, if you guys would like to play with these for me, I could arrange for you to have a set free if you let me know. Okay, that's this one. Again, look at all those yummy colors and no distinct pattern, just a fabulous color. And that's this one again. And there we're back to the beginning. So there you go. So DM me and I will make arrangements to get you a free copy in exchange for you trying them out and showing me what you did. Is that fair? So 2 sets. And I've got several more coming. So I'm trying to break my Twitter habit and my bingo and Angry Birds at night. And when there's a movie on and you want to kind of keep up with what's going on, but not really, then I play Angry Birds. I do bingo just because I think it's kind of fun, but I only do a couple of games at night. And Twitter I usually do in the mornings. Okay, y'all are quiet today. We've got some watching in the background. This is so indicative of intuitive journaling because it was the end, kind of the end of the session, And I put this piece down from a wax marker, China marker. And when I put it down, this piece of paper had somehow gotten stuck while I was gluing it. And that's a perfect thing to just leave. I could glue it down, but I kind of like it flopping. It reminds me of what happened to make it do that. So there's that. Now we're dry. Well, almost. But I bet we can get it dry. Yeah, anybody got anything else to say? Deborah, I trained for, I still train for painting in soft pastel and caustic watercolor oil. And my focus is portraits, obviously. Every time I sit down, that's the only thing I can think of. And over there in that world, you don't have to buy stuff every day. Craft world, the manufacturers have everybody figured out. A bright new shiny penny, and everybody goes out and spends $100 or $200. I was amazed at all the cool colors and tools. And if you're oil painting, all you need is a canvas, a board, some paint, and some brushes, and that's it. And you can get by with 7 tubes of paint. Same in watercolor. But no, we like to have all of the colors. Okay, can we dry? Let's see. Now again. I went ahead and printed these on onion skin to use in journaling at some point. Let's see what I've got here. There she is. And I want to point out again how changing the paper could change the whole look of something. I did no color correction whatsoever between this one and this one. This one printed from my phone, this one printed from my computer, and they're both the same printer. Now if I put something white under that, oh, here's that thing I was telling you about, but I can't find the real thing. Well, let's just say I haven't come across it yet. That's next. See, even putting a white behind the onion skin, but both are acceptable. So don't get all bent out of shape if yours don't match. As this is same printer. If y'all take the file and print it on a different printer, you're going to get yet another different look. So I just wanted to point that out. This is not a perfect, well, it never has been perfect. Anything that we used to do digitally in graphic design, I know how to get it real close to the original. But when you're printing somebody's restaurant picture, you kind of want it to look like the restaurant. So you do have to be a little more picky. So there's that. And I printed those so that I could use those in some work. Here's the, gosh, I wish I could find the real thing. This is probably not going to tell us anything. Nope, it's stuck. It's stuck. You can see, well, yeah, you can see because it cut. I printed this print. Apparently, I scanned it first. How did I scan it? Probably took a picture of it. And then a few steps in the Cricut Explorer. And when it printed it, it put all these registration marks on there, and it printed an extra line around the piece so that you don't end up with any white space at all. And then the machine puts it back in there and cuts it where it needs to be. That was cool. And then she put together with brads and stuff. And I don't know what I did. Obviously ran it through. No, that's packing tape. So there's no telling what I did. I probably decided to quit in the middle of it. But there it is. And she's laying around here somewhere. Okay. I think that's all I printed. This page, okay, this is the Dina Wakley Media Journal. Oh, there's my new thing for the printer. I got to get some more too. This is the Dina Wakley Small Mixed Media Journal. This one has burlap and canvas, and the new one has denim. I'm not sure what they took away to get denim, but they replaced something. And I've worked diligently on some of the burlap, and I don't have to work on burlap if I don't want to. So there you have it. This is getting real close to not working on it. But I'm having fun with it, and the bad thing or the good thing is I've got the large one. So I thought the large one maybe, you know, by the time I die, I could paint figures, because I've got so much more room to paint a full size. I mean, not full size, but proportional figure, full body. There you go. You'll get it out. I've got my fan on, and that may have to change. There's something about this lady that I really like, but I've got to do her smaller. And then I like this one with the way the shadows come on across. So it's all about the light. And these old pictures don't have much going on with the light because they're so diffused. They were taken for the Ziegfeld Follies and in a studio, so everything's real soft and the light's not prominent. That doesn't mean I can't put it in there. And by prominent, I mean here I can tell the dark pattern, the shape right there, which helps form the face. When you've got one without that, this is pretty much all the same color, so the face looks two-dimensional instead of three-dimensional. So it's up to the artist to decide what they want to do. I don't think I've printed it. Sometimes I get in the mood to look stuff up, because that's pretty much the hard part here, is deciding what you want to do, what makes it exciting, and what I want to work on for 3 or 4 hours. All right, I'm going to open this up. I'm going to try this because I did it in a hurry before y'all came on. Oh, this one is cool too. One thing I hate about Pinterest is that you can't always get a print. Here's the top of her head, and here's the bottom. Isn't that neat? Now, if I were going to do this seriously, I would go into Photoshop and put these two together. So I'd have an image that's for the journal. I could do that. Oh, I really want to. What do you vote for first? The gypsy with the fortune teller ball, or the African lady? And I don't have a printout of that, but I bet you I can get one real quick. Why, y'all think? Yeah, it's a pain in the butt just having to learn all these softwares and apps and everything else that we've got to work with. So I did that several times. I've got a huge file over on Pinterest, but this one's a cool one. At the turn of the 19th century, is that right? 1900s and so on. They did a lot of themed photography where they would play dress up. This is something else that's really cool. This is the right side because it says copy, which is mostly what this paper was used for. And it's not coated. This is the coated side, guys. Look at that. It's just a reverso image. Little things just tickle me. Okay, so we're going to vote while it prints. Okay, I'm going to wait for you. Finish my liquid lunch. I'll go get, not liquor, Slim Fast. I'll go get that print. That didn't hurt. Oh, I'm on plain paper. That's okay because I'm using I'm not using it for collage. But there'll do it. And do I have any tape handy? No. Piece of washi. I wanted something with a light background, even though I'm doing it in a charcoal. Am I hearing anything? Oh, okay. The Indian looking one. This one. Right? Let's do that. Oh, man. I've got some Conte in here, which is what I used to draw with in pastel, soft pastel. This is they're all similar. Charcoal is made from burnt wood, I think. This is made from a clay that's only found in France, Conte. Don't get the General's version, get the Conte, the real one. It's $1 or $2 more, but it's worth it because these sticks are perfectly straight. The General's are kind of wonky. And then this Russian sauce is made from a particular clay that's only found in Russia. Now, I don't know how they're making it in China, but that's all I know about that. So, this one, right? All right. Let's see. Her size is pretty good, and I'm not trying to match people or anything, but yeah, that's good. Now I'm going to do this in charcoal or sauce. And I've got my ground up sauce. It's SAUCE. This is made by Yarka, which is Jack Richardson Company. And I've been told that it is not a good quality brand, but there you have it. I think what I'm going to do is start out with this, and most of it can cover with black. Let me get her. Let me get her up on my iPad. There we go. I'm going to go blind on this one. I always work one-to-one. Well, not always, but if I have a choice, I try to work one-to-one with my source. And why make it harder? Okay, so she'll look good right there, and we can get in part of that, which I like. I like. Put her right about there. That puts her in the third, sort of, the third that we're going to use. And I'm going to mark important points. The end of her, the middle of her lip, the bottom of her lip, top of her lip, her eye, her eyebrow, and where her hair ends. These aren't that important, but I want to do them anyway. And well, let's move this down just a little. Let's see, what we say. I do this different every time I do it. So take notes, copy me, whatever you want to do. What are you thinking? I've got to have this, nose. See, I lose myself sometimes. Nose, chin. Okay, so what I want is to mark forehead. So this is right here at this eyebrow. Still not getting it quite what I'm thinking. And all this is just well, that's not going to do much good. Okay. So let's get the profile first. We'll fold this where her nose is right on the fold, or as close as I can get it. And like I said, this is just one of a million ways that I do what I do. So I'm going to scoot this out of the way. Now then, the nose is here. And where did I say I wanted it? Right there. Yeah, that's good enough. So I'm going to work off this vertical. Are y'all bored to tears? God, I hate to sit through one of my deals. Just going to slide it carefully So the nose is here. And this is here. So that is one of my sticks away from there. So yeah. So that's the nose. And it kind of has an upper, and then it comes down into that. The nose kind of has a bow in it. Not quite that much, but that's okay. And then come under. And there's kind of her nose. It's one stick away from there. Can you cheat? Oh yeah. Except it's not really cheating. Okay, and then this little curve comes out like that. Like that. It's not right. Comes from here down to here, and then in, and then out. And that's not quite a stick. And then come back up. And then we've got an eyelash about right here. Now then, we've got from there, we've got another half nose. So 1.5. Nope, you just did that wrong. Nope, you didn't either. That's because that is here. Not like that. And then we've got down here where the chin is, 1, 2, almost 3. 1, 2, almost 3. The end's right there. And it comes out like that. I'm gonna forget the necklace right now. And that is 1.5, 1.5. And then it swoops. And it's even with the chin. I think I've got that wrong too. We'll just leave it. Are you with me now? Okay, now let's double check. This is 1, 1 to right here is where the nose goes back up. And from there we've got half a stick, which is there. And there's my eye. And that's a stick. And so I've got that too big, back like that. And that can be my eyelid. And my eyebrow is up here. And a little bit right there. The lips are 1.5 from the edge. So it's here 1.5. And the lips only measure 3/4. So this is where they end. We'll get into painting here in a minute. We have 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so that's it. This line out here needs to be done away with, and I'm not sure how I'm going to do away with it. Well, we may not do away with it. We may just make a drop shadow. It's what you call making it up as you go along. Okay, let me check on you guys. Okay, you always say that, Joyce. You're so sweet. So let's check this again now that we've got a profile. And let's say the nose is right. Which makes the chin. That's the Inky. The chin's on down here. So what we'll do is just bring some more like that. And I've already got my shading in for the chin. So let's see from the nose. The mouth is good. The chin is good. It's a little low, but we can fix that. Easy enough. Easy peasy. Now then, this is about an inch from the edge of the eye, which is about right there, which is about right there. And it starts swooping down like that. Excuse me. Always make sure before you go on that's close. And then we've got dingle dangle. I think what I'm going to do is just bring this on up. There's the top of her head, like that. And just go ahead and do that, and I can put that detail in later. And then we've got and I'll talk a little bit about how you do drapery. This will be a good exercise for that. Righty. I think I'm going to take a process photo. I used to do that all the time before videos. Just shoot process videos and put them together in a slideshow, and you could make a presentation with them. Okay? I'm going to drink water. I have not worked with the Yarka enough to really be comfortable with it. So ding dong, y'all get to watch me play. Now this stuff is the only one of the three that supposedly, and my nose needs to come. Okay, that's better right there. You can do anything you want to with it until you get it wet. And once you get it wet, it's permanent, which none of the others can do that. Now I'm going in for my shadow shapes. I'm being real careful right here because I don't want to commit to anything too soon. And Let me put the camera back down a little bit. Doesn't do any good if you can't see it. It's a little better. Okay, so we've got that coming up over the bridge of her nose, which is there. And that's all dark. And that's all dark. Some old Russian master is probably yelling from the other side of the world, no, 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 that's not the way to do it. There's nothing on the internet. There's only one pastel artist who has had anything to do with it, and she's got hers in an $80 DVD. So I figure the best way for me to do it is just to practice. Very carefully. Yeah. This is where I keep measuring. Y'all have seen me do this before. I'm glad I put the gesso down because I never know exactly how I'm going to tackle something until it's in front of me. Okay, so there's the smile line coming down, and her teeth are, her mouth is this far from the edge, so I'm real close. I could do just a little more. Now I just put that part on, so I'm gonna go up and kind of make sure that I'm generally in the spot of the nose. And I'm having to guess at it because nothing is refined at this point. So this just goes up like that. That's her upper lip. Her lower lip is mostly in shadow. And this can come down. Anyway, I'm glad I put the gesso on here since I'm ending up scratching on the paper quite a bit. Mm-hmm. Now down like that. Down like that. We're real close to the chin, so I can just bring it. Now I don't have to worry about much in here at all because it's all one value. So I can pretend that the chin is now if I were doing this for a really portrait, I would go to the computer and lighten this just a little bit so I could see where the lines are, because photography tends to darken them out. And I want to see what's in this shadow area if I were doing it for real. And if I were doing it in color, I would probably just put some different hues in like the same value, the same dark value. Make sure that chin is doing what it's supposed. I mean, that neck pretty close. You know, like if it was a dark brown, I would use red and purple and dark green. Okay, now this. And that is that more down here. And actually, it's down there. Oh, we'll get it. We'll get it. This is just a rough block in to make sure my drawing is workable. And if it's not, we'll make it workable. Okay, from the eye to here, a little bit over. A little something. Oh, that'll make a mess. Nose, the nose. That, and that's lighter. Okay, we're kind of good. Kind of good enough. The eyeball is just about right there from the nose. The nose is there. And my eyeball is off. Yeah, not according to that. Okay, so we're going to leave it. All right. I'm going to work with a real stick here. Very lightly. And that, just watch where everything lines up. And then we've got dark under here. Really need, I think a charcoal pencil might help more. Wait, that's it. I ordered some more sets of these. Somehow or another, my paper got off. You can take this all the way out like I did with my grease pencil. That's not it. I do not think it's in this bucket. I got everything else in this bucket. If I don't find it real quick, I'm going to move on. Anyway, it will fit in. It'll fit in one of the Twistables, but it's the off-brand. Craze Art, maybe. The twistable colored pencils, you take the colored pencil all the way out. And these will fit real perfect right down in that, and then you don't have to worry about the... And that'll worry me until I find it. This goes under here. Okay, so her lip is up here. And lower lip. I needed eraser. I better just go ahead and get it in my hand. Let it warm up a little bit. So there. There we go. Let lower jaws and more like that. So the kneaded eraser is getting off the contact. That's good to know. I made trouble in my family today. Everybody, niece and nephew, brother and his wife, we're all going to my mother and dad's house without masks. That's not good. And two of them think it's all a hoax. The niece and my brother and their spouses. My mother and dad are 92 and 94. Compromised, of course. So I wrote a real nice little note. I promise it was nice. And just reminded them that Mother made masks and gave it to everybody for a reason. And that she will not mention it to them, but I will. And of course, the response was like expected. It's all overblown. Well, I don't care. You've got a 5-year-old and a baby girl due in October. I think I would err on the side of caution if I were you. But I just said, carry on. Carry on. I do not understand. Wish I'd thought about that first. Even if I decide I want to put it back later, I want to make sure I've got this right. This is just to help me see where I am. There was pattern and Conte and everything else going on. Now, comes down and out. And out and down. And this comes up and down. We've got some light stuff going on there. Now the other thing I get to do on here is to decide where I want my whites. And where I want to let the background, the paper, show through the face. We started a new Netflix series last night called Outer Banks. And it's kind of a teen flick, but yet it's interesting because we like all the kids. Remember to enjoy the process. That's what this is all about. Shut that little mouth up that's saying, you can't do that. That's not right. That looks like doo-doo. I leave her out of your room. Art is about the process, not the product. That's why it's so important to get the drawing correct in the beginning. Because then you can play when you start filling it in. Across from the nose. Doo-doo. Okay, so wait a minute, I can look up here. So I've got a nose that's here, here. So that means I enlarged my iPad view. That's right. So the white is close. It always helps to get the eye. Get the eye in there right. It hasn't moved. Measure there. Yep. Yep. And I want to lighten this just a hair in the eyeball because this is pretty much dark. It is excellent practice to work without color. And I say what I most need to learn, or teach what I most need to learn. Still going real lightly. Because if I don't, there won't be any place for the real whites. Because this stuff will only take so much. Nose is bigger. Okay. yeah. One little mark. Pull it back into compliance. And from there, there, close. Okay, y'all need to see that. Water. Now I'm going to use a tortillon. This is really a better blending tool than your finger. Anybody talking? Picasso. Yeah, and Deborah, I just looked at your comment. I expected a difference of opinion, but I thought that they would put mother and dad first. I mean, I don't like wearing a mask either. Okay, let me go put them out. I'll be right back. But you know, for a 15-minute visit, it doesn't hurt. You go outside. Okay. Little boy didn't want to go out with the rest of them. Kind of Picasso-y, huh? That's cool. I'll take that. Anyway. Yeah, I wasn't telling them, arguing with them about what they believe. that's not my job, and I'm not the believer police. Why does that nose look so big? It's because it doesn't have that little humpy thing. It's not always what you think it is. I'm already running out of juice there to put white in. Leave that go in there. That's premature as well, because you don't really have white there. And my mom is one of those who never says no to anybody. So when a distant cousin of hers had his daughter call and say he wanted to come visit, Mom said, yeah. Well, that's all well and good, but you don't know where they've been. I'm going to see if I can take a little bit of that out. Like I said, I don't have to make it as dark as what. Now that eye might show up a little better. And then we've got darker lashes. And we've got a darker line there. And not like that. It helps. Overblown. I just don't get it. Okay, that's enough. That's enough, Vicki. Shut up. How we're looking, Joycey? Well, it's not a political thing, really. It's a public health thing. I mean, I don't care who wants to get out and go to a bar. It's none of my business. See, that comes right up at the corner of her eye, which is here. Is that right? And that's at the corner. Yeah, that's off. Damn it. Oh, wait, I forgot. Needed erasers, you're supposed to. You can tell I didn't train in art. I mean, like go to art. Well, that's a line in the paper. That's not going to come up. And that's fine if you don't think it's going to interfere with your life. That's great. But don't risk anybody else's. That's where I have the problem. Okay, so let's measure this sucker. From here to here, from here to here is perfect, which means this comes all right. Okay. Let me pick this up. Did you hear that squawk? Arr! Means that be in. Every time I tell y'all not to try to draw flat. That's pretty close. All right, let me go get the 2. I can't get on my schedule. I'm coming. Don't you worry. And get the wide load through the door. I think the nose is coming in just a little bit more. Yeah, let's get this going here. And the chin down to there. And the chin down to there. So that dark about right there. I don't know the difference in these except size. That's close. Gotta be careful I don't ruin the ethnicity. Okay, let's go on to the fabric. I love doing fabric. Now, the first thing you do is look at where the travel is. Okay, where's the movement? And so this is pretty straight. I'm doing this one right here. And then it comes off at an angle. And then the edge comes about like that, up. Something kind of like that. And so this one then comes down pretty well straight. And then here, it's got a fold that's causing that to point out. And then it curves. It's doing something over there. We don't care what. So that's that line. Now we've got something coming in here. And then that one goes up. This is all dark. And this is dark. And then we've got a short fold coming there. I need to get a piece of something to put my hand on. And that one's mostly dark. And then there's a little tip right here. And we don't have to do that. Okay, so this is dark and dark. Okay, now this comes down. Here's our fold coming down. And so up in here is where the value makes it look three-dimensional. Coming up straight. And then coming in like that. Coming in hot, boss, coming in hot. And then we're going to come up here. And it kind of gets lighter. Now this one comes in. Darkest dark is under the fold. And some of that is actually a cast shadow, which means that you could have a sharp edge right here, where form shadow, most of these are sharp. A form shadow is more like this. These are fairly flat according to the photo, which we know not to trust. Okay, now this turns dark. Okay. Okay. Now then, put that right there. We're going to leave room for our ornaments. Now this just fades out. This is kind of faded, so we'll give it just a little. And then it just kind of keeps on fading out. and then we'll put the white in. And so this comes up like that. And like that until we can get some white. Let me see if y'all are still there. Well, thank you, Deborah. You know, I never took art in high school because I was in music. Music. Yeah, I thought it'd been better off in band. I mean, in art. Actually, that's not true because I was really good at math, and that's something that music helps with. I made up for lost time when I got started, so I guess there's that. Where's my white? There it is. Poor little Minnie can get a hold of something like this or stick a pastel and have it everywhere. Okay, so we've got a little bit of white coming on in here and just a little bit. And these aren't really my highlights yet. They're just kind of telling me where they're going to be. And giving me some contrast. Come on now, play nice if you're going to be there. And then this goes right up there. Then we've got a few down lines. And then we've got to clean your stick off if you're going over the black. I have a tendency to paint realism, Deborah. That's what I fight. And sometimes I just say the hell with it. So there's mine. Okay, so this gets a little bit. They say it's rare that a child has the interest in being a serious artist at that age. But who knows? And then this thing there. I started when I was 52. And I'm 70 now and can't believe it. Now, if you've got some little lines, here's a tip. Like these little white lines, don't try to get that white line that little. Come back in with your other color and come back in on it. And then you can get it as little as you want it. See? Some other little diddles and things going on there. How's my time? 5:22. Well, we're going to keep working on her because I don't like to leave these undone. Okay, so let's work up here. And just slightly come up. We don't have to do a whole lot up here. And I can leave it. Well, I can't really leave it because, isn't that weird? Look, my color switched right where my seam is. So I'm going to bring some of that down in here. Now let's blend a little bit. That's just too weird. And that's actually a piece of paper there glued on. Now we've got some issues here. It's close to right though. Okay. Now what we're going to do, let's do some negative. No, I think we better do some white. And this can come on down so it doesn't look like she was beheaded. White, I think. I was thinking about whether to do negative. If I were on plain paper, I would do negative painting now. Okay, let's start here. We've got one circle here. Then we've got 1, 2. And then that, well, this is easy. 2, 3. And then we've got partial. Just kind of make sure they all go a little different direction. Unless you're going for, you know, Andy Warhol or somebody that did part illustration and part three-dimensional, something flat. I'm going to come across the top. Now they start to get a little oval as they move away. And that's going to emulate it going around. Okay, so we've got that coming down. And then we've got another one coming down about right here. It's also not a full circle. And this one is coming down, but it doesn't have any light on it. And then we have 1, 2, 1, whoops, 2, and then a 1. Let's just do it like that. Nobody's ever going to notice it. And then this one over here. Oh, I did that one over there. Okay. Okay. That's why we got this white in my hand. Let's do some pearls. this one. I'm not sure if they're pearls or just going to create an optical illusion. And this one comes down. Hooks up under there. And then we've got one that comes here. Okay. I need a little bit of white up in here. Not much. Alrighty. I need to take work. Get some water. Okie doke. I say that so much. I'm sorry. I'm going to use this sage green and that little gray and this lighter gray to make these pearls look real. And I'm going to get my pencil. Dorothy, what did you do with my pencil? I got it. We'll come up under each one of these, tame it back into submission. There's a cast shadow on each one, and then this back here just gets darker. And that white thing is in the paper. And I can, or it's either white, maybe I put it in there because of the shadow. Hold my view and watch this. Now then, let's do them all the same so we'll know where we are. I was studying a Vermeer girl in the pearl earring the other night. And the earring is just 2 brush strokes. It's not really a pearl. And then I'm going to come back. I did the gray. I'm going to come back with the black. See, I can shape them more by putting shadows in them than I can by drawing it. And you don't have to catch every one, just oh, I keep losing my white. Oh no, it's not in your hand. Not in my hand. Not here. Not in my lap. Where did you put it? Minnie will get it and have a field day. Come on now. Oh, there it is. I'm looking at it at an angle and it was looking great. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Quit saying okay. Yeah, and then let's see. Let's use this. If you want that dark to show up, then you're going to have to put something lighter around it. Those got awfully dull, so let me get the white back. You know what? I've got a white Conte. I think might be. Come out wherever you are. Nope. Ooh, there's a little chunk of blue, a little baby piece of blue. Okay. I don't. Damn it. Got a Delusions pen that can come in handy. Just a little bit. Nobody's going to know it but me and thee. And you can't really see it, so never mind. Okay. I need some black to go around those. Not to be in too particularly neat. This is not about the jewelry. Just the illusion of the jewelry is good. Now I can go over there to the pastel department and get a white pastel. Let me do that. I think I can get over there. Got to finish the studio. And just in case you didn't know it, pastel pencils aren't any softer than what I've been using. But they do have their uses, so it's a fairly white. It's not as soft. Let's get a soft one. Nope. Clean it off on your bosom. Here's a soft one. Now, look. You can't see. Just on those two medallions. Love pastel. Okay, now let's see where the highlights are. We've got some going over here. Not everywhere, or it doesn't work. Aiming for variety here. Now just for grins, let's put a little bit of that soft. Look at that. Make this baby pop, will you? Now the difference in this and charcoal is that this has some pigment in it, which makes it a little more opaque. Come on, baby, you are looking fine. Kind of messed up there, but big old white fingerprint in there. It's okay. Now I'm working up to what would be my highlight, okay? Now I'm not really blending, even though it might look like I am. And particularly if you do this with colored pastels, when you blend, you take all the little pigment particles that are made from ground up rocks and whatnot that have almost a little glitter look to them, a little mica look. And you mush those all together with the other ones that you've used, and that's when you ruin the sparkle of your soft pastels. I can show you some that that has been done on, and they just are dead. A waste of good charcoal. Okay, well, you showed up. I'm still not sure what's going on here. So let's, didn't put any lights down here. That's good enough. There's a little bit of a white there. We'll use broken lines. Okay, now get in here and fix this that you screwed up. Okay, now I've got to decide. Up here, I'm going to go ahead and put my light background. And yes, you can use pastels and charcoals interchangeably. Actually, the white kind of works because her nose is gray. Blend that line right there, make it a lost edge. Gosh, just like butter. Now, when you cover the entire paper with pastel, it's called a pastel painting. And when you leave a lot of paper and your drawing is kind of sketchy, it's more of a pastel drawing. Just a little trivia there. Applying a little more pressure as I'm getting a little bit closer to the target. I do want some blue in here. See if we can make it. Oh, yeah. Okay. That's, that's me pounding on my belly. Okay, so her nose hole comes out. Here are the final touches, guys. Now there's a line under there. That nose hole doesn't go all the way down. I'm just refining my lines a little bit. Just fairly even. Now let me get my white back one more time. We've got a. These will be the ones that I choose to leave. And I'm not getting an abundance of holding power. And then I want this one right here. Now, if this were a pastel painting, I wouldn't touch these marks. I would leave them. But this is in a journal. Let's see what I've got up here. I've got a navy blue. That'll work. I just want a sharper line. And this one comes up. And down. Now, here comes the conundrum. Pretty darn close. Close enough for who it's for. When I spray this, all that hard white is going to go away. If I don't spray it, I can put a piece of glassine over it. Or in my case, I can use anything. This is a piece of deli paper that I ran through an embosser. And I could tape that over the top of it, and when somebody wants to look at it, they just pull it up. Which might be a pretty good thing to do. So, there you have it, guys. Let me get a wet wipe. And while I'm doing that, y'all can let me know if you have any questions. I've got something wrong right in there. And I know what it is, so let's just take care of it. Kind of got carried away bringing those out. Ooh, I like it. Proud of it. See what y'all are saying. Bye, Deborah. Yeah, I know. Mine eats things. Whew. Contes are really fun and they're inexpensive, Joyce. They're $3 or $4 for a pack of 3. And they last a good while. All right, I'm done. I'm going to take a picture and Instagram it and decide what we're going to do on Tuesday. I enjoyed doing this. I had fun. Okay, I'm going to hang up now so y'all can go and bye. Have a good evening and a great weekend. Bye-bye.